A man has to get on his knees. A man has to pick you and has to, obviously take the initial step for y'all to be married.
Instead of coming together and realizing we can do way more together than apart, we can get further together than apart. We can grow. You tell me your ideas, I tell you mine. We feed each other.
I'm around a lot of women, so I see how much pressure they put into trying to look nice, killing themselves to have surgery. Yeah, mad chicks die over surgery just to, make guys give them some type of attention and stuff.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 8 at the Table. Thank you so much for following, liking, subscribing, and just showing us so much love. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. So today we are going to open up our conversation talking about why people are dating today without a purpose. But before we get into the topic, I just want to introduce our special guest, which is, can you introduce yourself, please?
I'm Daniel Jean. How you guys doing?
He's a jerk, but
It's true.
It's true.
But and of course we have the wonderful Aaron
the Renegade. What's up, y'all?
And also we have
the wonderful. Do you want to do it again?
We have the wonderful
Rico. And just in case y'all didn't know, we are live on Patreon. You can go ahead and subscribe to that. As we go on, you're going to be able to see some more exclusive content that are only going to be available on the Patreon, especially at 8 After Dark.
And also, guys, please continue to subscribe and become a member on our YouTube channel because we will be having exclusive content for our members only. Okay, let's get back into it. You ready?
Are you ready?
I don't know. So, why are people dating without a purpose? I don't want to go first this time because I have a lot of reasons.
Well, historically, dating with a purpose would mean for the benefit or for the end result of being married. And historically, being married is encouraged by the government, one, because you get tax write-offs and losses and all kinds of stuff. Same thing when it comes to children. The government directly encourages this type of behavior by giving those benefits. If we think back 70 years ago, people had children and, had marriages to have children, to have workers, because those kids benefited the family unit. Right. Like, for instance, my grandparents grew up on a farm in Opelousas, and it was like 11 of them, and they was all picking vegetables and cotton and killing cows and all kind of stuff. So they added, to the home, to that family unit. So,
and that goes back to unity. Sorry to cut you off, but that goes back to unity within the family, within the relationship. I think we're entering a time now where people feel like they can be more independent, and a lot of people don't feel like they need a partner. Yes, there's not as much. You don't gain as much when you have more people in your family or your household. I think at those times, you were able to have people that could add to the business. But I think we have a different mentality now, and everyone is kind of for self. So I think that's why we suffer in that category, because people are not about unity, for one. And I think a lot of people don't want to get married because now we've entered a time of social media, which I'm always going to blame things on social media. You see other people living their lives and doing things that you want to do, and you feel like, okay, these are what I want. These are the things I want, and I have to try to figure it out on my own, instead of just taking your time with a partner and growing together and getting to that point together. So I think people are more afraid to
would you say
stick
that
it out with someone.
do you think that people just don't necessarily find benefits to having a partner, being
or value
married?
The benefits that would be present.
Right.
Too.
I think so. What do you think, Daniel?
I don't know. I think that people don't get to know each other. Everyone's just rushing in. If you're not gonna wife me up, it's like so much pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I date a girl and she's like, "Yo, so what are we? Bro, I don't even know you. It's only been 2 days." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one takes time to get to know each other. It's just
Wait, you've had that happen?
in
all
2
the
days?
time?
Yeah, they be like, "Yo, what are we?"
In 2 days?
Obsessive.
Yeah, because I'm that
Wow.
I'm that guy. But still, like, I don't blame them for not wanting to be
Wow.
with somebody like me. But still, it's just like no one really wants to get to know each other.
You know what
no
it
one's,
is?
No one's friends.
You have things going on for yourself, and we've all heard the term clout chasers. We've all heard we've heard these terms, and we know that everyone is trying to get a hold of somebody that has something going on and that has something to give. And when you're a person that's working hard, that has, people watching you, they have followers, everybody wants fame, everybody wants money. Those are two things that a lot of people want, fame and money. So when you have those two things, people are going to attach to you, and they're going to want to keep you for themselves. And that's why it's like, do you even want to get married? Do you ever even want to be in a relationship? Because you can't even find people that are honest. You just have people that want to be with you because of your popularity and your fame. Is that how you feel about that?
I just don't be caring about that.
Oh,
it's like
okay.
whatever, yo. If she likes me, someone told me it takes 3 months for someone to really reveal themselves, to know what they really about. So I usually sit there and watch, and I read all these books. So I try to figure out what you really want.
Do you feel like people use you a lot for your
Not just in relationship, just in general, like guys, girls, like you help them out. I have a good heart, so I help them out. I do these videos. I know how to make people go viral, so I do that, and they turn their backs on me when things start popping off for them.
What is it? What exactly is it that you do? What is it that created your name? Like, what made you get a name for yourself?
Well, it started out with Jack Thriller. Shout out to that guy.
Jack.
Yeah, that's my brother right there. I used to be his bodyguard and his driver before this, so I stopped once I had a family and stuff like that. I was just like, I don't care for this stuff. I just wanted to meet 50 Cent originally. And I started driving Jack. I said, I just want to meet 50 Jack, and that's it. So I got to meet 50. I worked another year with him, and I was like, yo, I'm good, bro. I got a family now. What got me back into it, I was trying to promote my business, which is like the movie Hitch, doing romantic stuff for people. That's how I got back into it. And he's like, you got to put yourself out there. Then I met Fat Boy, and we started doing, he wanted us to do these type of skits, and I had to call Jack. I'm like, yo, bro, like, this guy is crazy. Like, Jack was like, yeah, as long as you don't sell your soul, whatever, you could do these
Don't sell
videos.
your soul.
And then me and this kid just kept going viral. But I didn't understand viral and on these people pages. People are like, oh, it's viral. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I still got to go to work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not on
That's
TV.
fast.
So I never thought. And I just kept doing these videos. It became like therapy. And I got like real good at it.
Good, yeah.
And
It's
then-
funny because you name these people, and I actually remember seeing you without these people. Like, I used to see your funny car videos. I used to see you with someone else that is our co-host, Danny. I used to see you do videos with her, and I saw you used to shake my hand a long time ago, and you would almost break my hand,
that's
and
why
I
you
knew
wanna
that
shake
that
my
was your
hand?
thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
you
gonna
would shake
shake
my
your
hand.
hand.
I'd be like, so I remember meeting you a couple times, and I'm like, this the funny dude right here, and I always remember that that's the one whose hand you don't want to shake.
Yeah.
But I just always followed you, and I think that what you do is amazing.
thank
You were
you.
one of the first people that I followed that was going viral and
Oh,
stuff.
thank God.
So it's good to sit
God.
down.
And I'm like, yo, you know how hard it is to be relevant and do
Right,
videos?
no, it's good to have you at
It's
the table
hard.
with us.
Thank
It really
you
is
for
good to
even
have
having me.
you.
Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely,
Thank you
absolutely.
for pulling up.
We gotta big each other up. You're
that's
doing
true.
great things. I'm proud of
And
you.
you guys are doing big things. I remember Alan, when he first started in Manhattan. I was just like, he was just like, talk crap, be yourself. So I was like, all right, cool. No problem. And so I like how the show evolved. It's dope, man. I love it. Yeah.
I think that's another thing too. I don't want to get too far off topic, but like y'all just said, a lot of people don't big each other up anymore. It's like if you big somebody up, you would rider. You know what I'm saying? You ride it. Like, oh, why you a rider? Why you want his job? Why you want her job? You just wanna, like, it's so, like, people have made it so, I don't want to say people, but the world, at least in America,
Our
has
community.
became, because I see it amongst everybody.
That's true.
Has became so, you can't be too happy
For somebody else.
for somebody else or with somebody else. If you're so happy with them, if you're in a relationship, speaking in our direct question, something got to be wrong, right? Like something's got to be wrong with the relationship. But we gonna watch it. I've done it myself.
Yeah,
Like,
they're too happy.
Right.
They're too happy. I can't wait for them to break up.
Right.
Wait, but let's be real. There is something wrong. Like,
Well,
nothing is perfect. Let's
Sometimes things can be great though.
No, of course.
You never know.
but nothing
We
is
never know.
100%.
But
Never.
but
Nothing.
but when we say something's wrong, it's like finito, finish, ending wrong. Like we don't really encourage. I feel
Like they ain't that happy.
nobody encourages
Healthy
being
relationships.
married, especially being married. It's not a cool thing to do.
No.
Back in the day, if you was married, it was cool. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was. It was.
If it's married, I got my wife, I got my husband, whatever. You was cool. Oh wow, you married?
Right.
Nowadays,
It's
you
sad.
married?
Sucks
I
for
feel
you.
bad for you. I'm like, wait, why you feel bad
That's
for me?
terrible though, and that's what's bringing us down. That's
you got
terrible.
people nowadays that get in relationships just to have, just to go viral.
Yeah.
They have fake couples. They got YouTube couples for money. that's selling these fake ideologies of a relationship. People are buying into it. These people are breaking up, and then the people that look up to these people and idolize these people are like, why would I want to go through that heartbreak? It's so crazy. I mean, there's many reasons. I'm just going off of what
And it happens a lot too.
Marriage, like when you look at it though, like a lot of guys I see, it's like you gotta pay child support, you gotta pay alimony. It's so much stuff. It don't really benefit a guy to get married though. And it's sad. Like honestly, you're like, damn, you're scared to get married because it's like you're scared to get married because you're like, dang, I gotta pay child support, alimony. Then if she don't cheat on you, then you gotta pay the mortgage. I seen some guys like, and the court system have no mercy on you. Like these guys really. At one of my jobs, this guy used to come every 2 weeks, $10, $15. Makes like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, and comes home with $10, $20 in his paycheck.
Damn.
Yeah, he had to pay the mortgage,
Oh, no.
alimony, child support. They just took all his money. So when you see that, you're like,
Wait,
how does that help?
the mortgage in the house he lives in?
No,
The house they
if
live
they
in.
break up,
Ex-wife.
she has to give him the house.
And I've seen stuff like that happen.
Yeah, and they got to pay the
Very
mortgage too.
Crazy.
So you work for her now.
That doesn't.
I'm telling you,
I've
I've
seen
seen
it
it.
happen too. I've seen it happen too. Not even just in our community. I've seen it happen,
God.
y'all. And
You
is very sad and unfortunate.
And
I
you
feel
know,
bad.
over 70% of divorces are filed by women. So
Just because they don't want to be married no more.
no, but I'm just saying.
Just because they don't want to be married no
Right.
more.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just,
It's a business.
Of
It's a
men ain't
business.
shit.
no, I'm saying that.
That's a
Thank you.
business.
Like
I'm not
I don't want to be
saying-
married no more.
That's true too. but
Everything's
it's
fucking
business.
perfect.
Right.
So let me file for divorce.
But what I'm
This nigga is great. So let me
Right.
file for divorce.
But what
Come
I'm
on,
saying
let's
is,
let's not
Women
skew.
do be looking at
Let's not
other,
skew
other
this.
women relationship and
Show
compare.
them.
They compare.
They
Yeah,
always
they compare.
compare.
Women compare their
All the
relationship too much
Yeah.
to other women relationships.
So can I speak on that?
Yeah.
Do
I've
you?
done it.
You
I've
you
done
a
it.
woman? Do you know you a
See, I
woman?
didn't say I can
He
speak
sees-
on
he
it.
sees
She
that.
said
You,
she was
but
on
you
it.
made the statement.
Aaron, are you defensive right now?
I
Yeah, because y'all just making shit up.
No, we're not.
Y'all always comparing though.
Let me tighten my pony and tell this
So
story.
you
That's
never
true, though.
compared your marriage to anybody?
Why would I?
Okay.
Ain't nobody else in my shit.
No, okay, that's cool.
What somebody eats don't make me shit.
That's
Well,
cool.
that's-
That's her lie. You need a shirt that say that,
Like,
girl.
why would I
Have you
fucking
ever-
care what somebody
Show
else's
did.
marriage is doing?
Okay, now look, we got 50% of women on
No,
the
they
panel
do.
that haven't.
But she's not married.
I'm
But I'm
not.
just
I'm
saying-
It's,
not.
once you're married, it's so
Different.
different. I promise you.
Yeah.
It is so different once you're married.
What happens?
When
And
you're
that
married,
goes back to the time I told you about my friends can't date my baby daddy. You ain't got kids, so now we even.
no, and I said, but the thing is that that's fine.
Right.
I'm just
And I believe
I
you,
just
though.
don't care.
Right, I
Because
feel
when
you.
I'm done, I'm done. By all means,
Right,
have at
right,
it, my
right.
nigga. You know what I'm
When
saying?
you have kids, it's gonna feel different, girl. I'm telling you. That's my. I gotta be around you.
Hey,
Okay, but that's a different subject. I'm sorry.
But
Okay, let's go back to
the
why.
point that I'm making
Not different subjects.
is that when you're married, I promise you, like I will never forget the next day we were in Jamaica. I woke up like I fucking sat up like this, and I was like, oh my God, I'm responsible to and for somebody else. Like it really gave me. I was shocked. I got like anxiety for a second because like now you got to start reporting to somebody. You can't just up and leave and be like, yeah, I'm gonna holler at you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like, you gotta be responsible to and for somebody. Like when you spend money, that's y'all's money. When you make a decision, that's y'all's decision. You know what I'm saying? You can't do anything just you anymore. And like that shit didn't settle in literally. And we were already married. Why am I saying that? But after the ceremony, it did not hit me until after the ceremony. And like I got like the ills for a second.
Okay.
Like it was.
It's the same thing when you have a kid.
Yeah, that's what I
Like,
was
it's the
saying.
same
Like,
exact thing.
yeah.
That's the same
You
thing.
But
wake up like, damn.
But we're talking about marriage.
And now the issue is the
Nah,
person
kids
that
is
you're
different.
responsible for is sitting
Way
there like,
different.
bitch, you gonna feed me?
You're really responsible.
Like, it's way
I gotta
different.
eat.
It's different.
Why you think you
it's
can,
the
Right.
same
can I
thing.
yell for a second? Because this get crazy. But let me tell y'all about the situation I was going to say.
Tell us.
So this is one example. Speaking of children, you know, this is a situation that I went through that I had to work on it. Like I had to physically work on not being envious of anyone else's relationship. And I'm not even an envious person, but this pissed me off. Like this is when I knew I gotta stay off the gram. I gotta get off the gram. The gram ain't there, y'all. Cause I had just pushed my son out, right? And I'm looking on the gram. I knew a lot because it was pandemic baby time. There's a lot of people having kids during the pandemic. So I'm like, yeah, me and this bitch had a baby. Me and this bitch had a baby. We all having babies. Yes, this bitch got a new car. This bitch got a push present. A push present. A push present. She would have fucked my push present.
Who came up with that?
I ain't get shit. I don't know.
I would imagine me.
A push present. I'm like,
present?
so all these bitches is getting a push present, and all I'm getting when I push out this child is an argument. I got an attitude. And I'm just like, yo, these people really getting gifts. I'm not appreciated. I must not be in the right relationship.
Yep.
This ain't the relationship for me.
That's a good point.
And so this is why I'm like,
point.
I don't
How?
usually.
The point that she's making is a good point.
I don't usually compare my shit to other people's shit, but when I seen that, I remember that particularly really had me fucked up because I'm like, this shit hurt. I've been stressed out. I ain't been sleeping right. I've been eating a lot. I gotta work out now. I gotta feed him. I'm not sleeping, and I didn't even get a gift. Like
a gift? You got the gift, the baby.
the baby was the gift, but but that's not the point. Everybody else had another gift.
That's dumb. I checked that right now.
That's
Like,
just
yo,
me
that's
being
dumb.
honest.
You know, like,
that's just me telling y'all that
beautiful gift.
affected my relationship for a second because I'm just like, social media made me feel like I needed to get a gift after I pushed out this baby as a push present.
And that's the thing. And,
I was upset.
And that's the reality of what he's saying. You're comparing your situation to others. And the craziest thing is, majority of people do compare.
That. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. You can say what you want, Aaron. Most people compare their situation.
fact.
In some
Rico,
regard.
say it for yourself.
No, that's not. I agree with
Rico,
you,
you compare.
I said most.
Daniel, you compare.
I don't really care, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying a lot of people do compare.
Okay, but don't come at me just because I'm not worried about nobody else's
That could be
relationship.
how
real
she
though.
is,
That's
though,
real
y'all.
though.
Everybody is different.
That's real though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I said
She's
most.
strong.
Like, I just don't care.
That's cool. That's most. But like, what I'm saying
Now
is,
I'm hot.
and you
too.
care.
Stress
So,
me out.
I don't.
No, she says she's hot. But what I'm saying is, to go on, and that's just reality. You know, everybody compares themselves to something. Mm-hmm. I don't really care. Like we can always say, "Nah, I never compare myself." But if you're, for example, we were talking about this when you turn 30 years old, right? Mm-hmm. You turn 30 years old. If you don't have whatever that you deem you should have had by 30 years old, you're gonna feel bad, right? But why do you think you should have those things by 30? Because it's a comparison of all the other 30-year-olds who are probably on track to being what you idealistically see yourself as.
Can I ask you a question? Is it not because that was a goal you set for
It was a goal
yourself?
for me. It wasn't
why
because
is
of
it a
social
goal?
media. It wasn't.
Let's
It
go.
wasn't on
Let's
social
go
media.
to the core.
at
Why
first
is
for
that
me.
a goal?
I would imagine because
I just
that's
wanna
what
be-
you want. It's just like going to college is somebody's goal.
I just want to be sexy,
Okay.
young, and rich. That was my only reason.
But why is that a goal? See, like when you actually break down the core, it is an opinion. See, most people think that I don't want to go too far off topic. Mm-hmm. People think they have opinions and they don't. Your opinion is another opinion that was given to you from somebody else, that was given to them from somebody else, and it keeps on going on and on. Just like a lot of your goals, my goals, our goals were goals to us because of the amount of other people that achieved those goals that we can identify with. If I play basketball, if I never played a sport, right? For example, and I see Michael Jordan playing basketball, and because he's black, and he came from North Carolina, and I live in North Carolina, now my goal is playing basketball. Mm-hmm. And it's just, it always comes from somebody or something. Most goals and most comparisons, if you break down the core, it's just a social standard of whatever it is that you were taught was good.
Can you have good goals? Like, let's say somebody says, I want to be a good person and have good awareness.
To be a good person and have good awareness.
If that's your goal.
If that's your goal, then what you need to do is stop listening to everything that's being told to you. Because that's the only way you'll be a good person.
I don't think it's
No.
stop listening. I think you have to be able to decipher.
emulate.
I
How
went
about
through that
emulate?
before.
No, you have to be able to like see through the bullshit and decipher like.
But a good
what's
person, but see, a good person, well, it depends on. using Aaron, subjective of what is good to you,
Right.
right? But and for me, a good person is somebody who could be good to you no matter what you do to them. So now when we go to decipher through bullshit, it's like, okay, some people just say, see, you're dumb as fuck. If I could forgive him for slapping the hell out of me, I could be dumb as hell, right? Because I forgave somebody who put their hands on me, but I can't be considered a good person. It's
levels.
really just no. It's a social standard. It's not levels. It's whatever's created and whatever's being bought in.
I kind of
mentally.
see what you're saying. You're saying that pick something that you don't lose at doing. Because if you pick following this, the end result you're gonna lose.
Yes.
But if you
Most
pick
times.
this, you're gonna win. Maybe people make bad choices. Is that why people are not dating with a purpose? I'm trying to get it because I'm thinking dating with a purpose sounds like as soon as people feel a bump in the road,
It's over.
they're out.
Yeah. And
But why are they out, Alan?
Because they never really liked
Well,
that person
love
like
that.
that.
Why did you like that person?
no, it's not that you
Probably
never
something
liked that.
sexual or something. That's the only reason.
I think it's
Cool.
probably
No, no,
because
no,
you don't know
no.
about
Yeah,
wait, no,
stands.
go ahead. What was you about to
Let's
say?
keep going. Let's keep going. So you said
Yeah,
probably
any
something
little
sexual,
problem
right?
they out. Yeah.
So now let's.
But he's
go
saying why? Like,
Wait. So now why is it something sexual?
It's that feeling, that emotion that they have with each other, that connection.
Okay, now why were you even being willing to exercise that feeling emotion to get to a sexual state?
My thing is that you just want to fuck that person and keep it pushing, or you fuck them, you enjoy it, and you with them. That's how a lot of relationships are.
So now is
Which
it?
I mean, that they don't get to know each other. They just like each other. It's good vibes, and then they don't know nothing about that person politically, they religion, nothing. And then when things do mess up, they just dip. They just leave.
Because they never had
They
intentions
never got
in the
to.
first
Yeah, they
place.
never like. They
Exactly.
really
The
got to know
sexual,
that person.
it was just sexual from the beginning.
Yeah.
But why is it sexual from the beginning now?
Because they look like a thot.
Did you
and
hear what I
look
said?
like you got money.
Did you hear what I said?
She
Why-
like a hoe, and he look like you got money.
No. I said.
That's a good
He had a
question.
Cuban link on.
Why?
She had a fat ass. She just got it
and
from
a
out
juicy
there in Miami.
coochie. Like you said.
It was a good
It
connection.
was a good vibe.
It only cost $7,500.
I'm trying to
What
get
cost
to the core,
$7,500?
which
A
is
new body. That's what he said.
Oh, I was about to
it's
say.
8,500.
Oh, 85.
Keep on doing that.
I keep
It's
forgetting.
$1,000 more. All right. Put some respect
It went
on her
up?
name.
It went up.
It's like,
Shit, I don't know.
Everything going up. Shit.
I was corrected. That's how I got that number.
85.
500.
Yeah, I thought it was 55. I was corrected. Whatever. More of the story is I'm trying to get down to it. We keep on going down. We're going to get to the core. The core is that it's normal. It's normal to have sex now.
Yeah.
It's normal to not have intentions.
But it shouldn't be.
It's also, I know, but I'm saying, right, we're asking why are people not dating without a purpose? Because dating without the purpose is the new normal thing. There's nobody
That's
that
actually
cares
good.
to date with the purpose.
I think that for a certain amount of time, okay, so there's a statistic. I want to talk about the statistic, but okay, so Americans between the ages of 25 and 50 had never married. Wait, no, what's the
In
statistic? Because I
1970,
can't read that far.
In 1970, the percentage of Americans between the age 25 and 50 who had never married was just 9%, meaning
Can somebody
91%
else say
of
it?
people were
Go
married
ahead.
All right.
in
She's
19.
the stat girl.
Okay,
What's
so
that girl that we was talking about earlier? Go ahead and tell them.
so in the 70s, essentially across the board, doesn't matter the race, whatever.
In America.
91% of Americans were married.
Right.
Now, was this 40 years later? Is it 40?
50.
No, that's
50.
50 years
52.
later. 50 years later, it's only 53%.
Now, I think during that period of time, we went through a phase of our men getting incarcerated, which is another percentage that I don't feel like reading right now. we went
it's
through a mass incarceration. We went through so many different things in our community, and it just created
Division.
A disconnect.
a disconnect and a bunch of ain't shit women and men that were just like, you know, crackheads raising their kids, crack babies, you know, like everybody in jail and everybody's just trying to survive. And I think that we as men and women in that community, we stopped loving each other the right way. We stopped trusting each other. We stopped giving to one another. We stopped wanting to be with each other because now it's like, I gotta get out. I gotta survive. I gotta get out of the situation. I have to do better for myself. I got kids. So then you get into survival mode, and I feel like we've been in survival mode for so
long
long.
time,
And then now some of us are seeing ways to get out of it, and we're just like, well, if you ain't on that page, then I'm out. Or if you ain't, like, we're even more disconnected because instead of coming together and realizing we can do way more together than apart, we can get further together than apart. We can grow. You tell me your ideas, I tell you mine. We feed each other. People don't want to feed each other. Instead, they want a quick
quick
satisfaction.
fix.
Yeah, quick
Quick fix.
satisfaction. Yeah, quick fix.
I want to ask you a question on that.
I said something good this time.
I want to ask you something, Jada. Do you feel that
Yeah, I like it.
from a man's perspective, do you feel that when a man wants a real relationship with a woman, that he has to be stronger than the world that influences her?
Wow, that's a good.
Wait.
Ooh.
That's a good.
That's a
Just
question.
repeat it.
Wait,
Sorry.
no, can I repeat it?
Okay, repeat it. Go ahead. Say it for the
camera.
cameras. Act like it was something you said.
That's a good question.
I need that. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Ooh, I need a shot.
Question for you, Jada.
What's up?
Do you think or do you feel as if for a man to be dating a woman nowadays in today's society, he has to be stronger than the world that influences her?
You know what? I think we're weak right now. I'm gonna keep it a bug.
We people or like we women?
Some of us women are weak. Some of us men are weak. But a lot of women are weak right now because a lot of us haven't reached a point where we're just like men have to go above and beyond, and they have to, I think that a lot of us are now experiencing not having to be the woman that our grandmothers and mothers were. Now we don't want to deal with shit. We don't want to take shit. We feel like we don't deserve to be treated in any kind of way. Kind of way. And it's creating a different kind of woman in a way. It's just like, it just ain't shit. And so I feel like it's harder on men. And it's not because it's hard to really to express what I'm thinking, but for years, I tell you guys, we've experienced a lot of hardship with men, and we've been mistreated, we've been taken advantage of, and then now we've reached a part where we can kind of flip the script, and I think it's going a little too, overboard. I think it's going a little too far. And I'm going to just keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it real, because I'm a person that was in a relationship, and I didn't realize I had something great, and I almost lost it because I was just on this, you know what, I could find something else, whatever, or it's always going to be niggas out there, and it's always going to be something, and it is not even really true, you know what I'm saying? We have to realize when we have somebody good in front of us, or someone with good intentions, or someone who's going to give you more than what other people, you don't just take advantage of those people. And I think that sometimes we have to go back to our morals and go back to the fact that we all have feelings, we all have wants, we all have needs, and maybe if we just slow down a little bit and get reconnected, we can kind of get somewhere better than just, I want a rich nigga, I want a thick bitch. You know
Quick
what I'm
question.
saying?
So how, if idealistically, if you have an idea of how to reconnect, what do you think that looks like?
Great question.
That's the solution.
Shit. And I want to have a solution.
The solution
you know
is
what?
hard.
It starts with us talking about it. We're talking about it here and now. Other people need to talk about it. I always talk about the fact that I like security, and I like to be with a man that's is a man and wants to take care of the home. I always talk about wanting a man that is a man, a man that takes care of home, that is a provider. But I don't always talk about the fact that I want to give as well in the relationship. I don't want to just be the woman that sits at home, And I think we have to talk about that more. Like women, we don't want to just sit at home and be taken care of. That's not even, it doesn't even,
Right.
Ladies, I've been there, done that. It ain't as great as you think. Because now you got to depend on somebody. When you want to go somewhere, you gotta wait on that money. You got to wait on that, it's not even what it's made out to be. We always want things that we think we want. How many times have you talked to someone and you're just like, oh, I hate this about my body. And you're like, bitch, you look good. And it's like, I wish I had that. It's just so many examples that I can talk about. Girls that are short, they're like, bitch, I wish I was tall. And I'm like, I'm tired of being tall, So it's like when you're in a situation with, child, I forgot my thought. I didn't that far out.
Well, the narrative, but I think you're down the right path, because the narrative is, and it's been said multiple times on this show, the narrative is that women want a rich man, but they don't want to contribute.
Yeah.
Or they don't want to work. Or they don't want to do anything in the home. They don't want to cook. They don't want to clean. Right. I mean, personally, I don't know a soul like this. but apparently men do.
And I don't either, but it's just the way we talk about it.
Yeah, me too.
And I feel like, you know, I talk about how I don't mind being taken care of or being treated like a queen or a princess, and I feel like, you know, it feels good for someone to cater to you, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna be a lazy ass bitch that's not gonna. I'll go above and beyond in everything I do. I'm a perfectionist, so you know, my house gotta be clean. I gotta be working on my future. I'm here now because I'm a go getter, and I'm gonna make sure that I do what I have to do to be where I want to be in my future, and you know. When you're a woman and you have a good man that's taking care of home and making sure that you're good or your kids are good or whatever, you have to make sure that you still chase a dream. You still never lose yourself. You don't forget who you are. And I think that's where we're starting to go in the wrong direction, because it's like, I don't want to just sit in the house and you give me a new car and you give me all these clothes and jewelry. What you think that you're going to be happy with that, but when you get it, you're just like, okay, what's next? You're always like, all right, what's next? I'm bored. What's next? I'm not going to sit here and just watch TV and, you know, like, what are you really going to do? Yeah, like, you're going to always want more. I promise you. You could, I'm telling you, I know women who have had it all, and it's not enough because you have to be fulfilled within yourself. So until you get to that point, it ain't going to be it.
And so what does it look like to you?
I'm just laughing because I know
what
chicks
does it look like to
that
you?
have like these super high qualifications for guys, and they're fucking bum ass dudes that don't even have jobs. So it's just like, you know, you see these bad chicks, they want this guy to have this, but the guy that she's fucking is a bum, and you're like, damn, you know, I'm not mad about it. I'm just like,
Yeah, the nerve.
Don't make sense, right?
the nerve of them, right? Like, yo, it's like, this is touchy. A lot of women, they go through their bodies to end up with a bum ass nigga. They don't even have all that shit that they're looking for. I've seen it happen so many times. I don't know if it's I don't know what it is, but the guys that, like my brother was telling me, he was like, all women are after the same 1% guy. So what happens to the rest of the guys? They all want that same tall guy, good body, millionaire, all that stuff. They all fighting for the same type of guys. So what happens to the rest of the guys out there?
It ain't even just the tall, good body, athletic.
I'm saying,
Thank you.
It's the money.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's the money.
A lot of
You're
times
right.
it's the money. I'm sorry. You ain't gotta look like. You ain't
Thank
even gotta
you.
be my type. You rich?
A man told me that the other day. He literally said that in the comments. He said men don't have a problem getting a woman whatever she is. I said, but it's about anybody can get anybody. You know what I mean? Because he was trying to make a point about women need to be a certain way to get that man that everybody's going after.
I mean, they all have the same type of guy.
That's like saying, okay, do you want to...
I think a conscious man. I learned that from Rico. Rico is very conscious.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I see my tattoo.
But a conscious man is a little bit more conscious of the woman that he wants, and he demands more. But usually, when a man is doing good, he'll take a girl from anywhere. He go to Quick Check, she look good. Yo, quick right now, let's go.
And a woman too. If I see him,
A
not
woman?
me.
Yeah,
Whoa,
no,
I don't
no.
see that.
Unconscious. But when a man is conscious,
How
he doesn't
many-
think like that.
Yeah.
You know when I knew that? Because you sitting here looking at all these rappers or whoever, all these people, that I'm just like, ugh. When one of these rappers had the nerve to say, I don't date that type of girl, who the fuck is dating you?
Right.
Who chose your ass? Cause I don't get it. But he's
Your
rich.
ugly ass.
So now he's on a pedestal. He's like, I can get any bitch I want.
But no,
And
he
because
can't.
any bad bitch is
But no, he can't.
bad chicks are entertaining him
He
because
can't-
they're
no,
gonna
they're
use
not.
him and they want what he has.
But
They want to be in this nice ass house.
Time out. It doesn't matter. Who cares? He still can't get any chick he wants.
With the money he can,
No,
they'll entertain him.
No. Stop. A girl who is pretty, right? Pretty, right? Because I don't want to use the word bad, right? We use the word pretty, right?
There's a difference, though.
There is a, all right, let's go with bad then.
Yeah, it was bad.
Okay. You could get a girl who's bad, but the crazy thing is, in my personal experience, majority of the girls are actually low qualifying women for wives.
That's a fact.
So who cares if he could get all the bad girls? He still can't get every girl that he wants, because if he got every girl that he wants, he would not want nearly as many as he has.
No, I know. I have an example of a very well-known rich man who is very popular, and he dates woman after woman after woman after woman after woman, and they literally cater to this man.
Well, you know what?
Cater in every way. Like, I'm not gonna cheat on you. I'm gonna take care of home. I'm gonna take care of your kids and my kids.
That's not what he wants.
He don't want nothing because he's reached a place that nobody he knows has ever reached.
You gotta understand. Like, let me ask you a question. Listen to how simple life is. Never complicated.
Mm-hmm.
If I gave you, let's say we go out to dinner, and I'd say order everything you want. You order everything
crab
you want.
legs.
And you, let's say you eat. You'll say you get full. You're full. And I tell you eat more. What would you say?
That's literally what I just talked about. Women, you're gonna get tired of it.
No.
It's not gonna be fulfilling anymore.
You can't take in anymore once you're fulfilled. So he's going through all these people because he's not fulfilled. He's not full.
But is he seeking to be fulfilled? I think there's a difference.
Checkmate?
I think there's a difference. I think you're only fulfilled when you're seeking to be fulfilled, and you're consciously, like you just said, you're consciously dating.
No. You're unconsciously dating. See,
no. I'm saying if you're seeking to be fulfilled, you're consciously.
I don't think there's a soul in this world that is seeking to not be fulfilled. What? There are people who don't know how to fulfill themselves, which is a totally different conversation. But everybody wants to be fulfilled.
I disagree.
They just don't know how to.
You have some people that have never had anything in their fucking lives. Nothing. They come from the bottom. They had roaches scatter when they turn the fucking lights on. Yeah. They ate oodle noodles with cheese on it. Government cheese. These motherfuckers had to ride in a Honda and an Acura 1999 version. They never got a new car. All types of shit. And they finally, and then they get a motherfucking deal for half a motherfucking meal.
But that's different. Well,
they get the dress different. But for somebody that had to live like that, that's not a lot of money.
But that's temporary.
No. Half a mil for somebody who had to.
It's a lot of money.
Niggas can budget $200 in a week.
But Jada, can I just say, there's also guys who came from that exact same environment, went through that same thing. They got a check for $500,000. They deposit in the bank. They go home and they left it in the bank.
Who the fuck did that?
There's a lot of guys that do that. And they never touch the money. Ones? They know that's not going to. They are so conscious. They built with the people they're with, and they end up being Elon Musk.
There's 9% of people, right? That do shit like that. So let's count them motherfuckers out. How many is left?
No, but like think about
9% of people got the bag, y'all.
3. It ain't that many.
No. But
come on now.
But wait.
Let's not make a fact out of an anomaly. Let's not do that.
Let's not also discredit the variables. Right? 9% of people. Well, let's go with that number, right? 9% of people have the bag. That's not how many people got the bag. More people get money and lose money than keep money.
That's a fact.
So wait, say it again.
More people get money and
win
lose
the lottery,
money than keep money.
Okay.
There's 80% of NFL. 80% of NFL and NBA players go bankrupt. Okay, so let's talk about the reality. These are people that
just because you're bankrupt don't mean you don't have money. Let's be very clear about that.
This is true. But we're not gonna get into the. We don't.
No, I know, but I think that a lot of people don't know that, and we don't want that to be what we're saying.
So, what I'm trying to say, all in all, is when people have money, just because you get money, and I've been there myself, right? And you're doing all these.
Ugly.
It doesn't stop. When I'm saying
you ugly.
No, never.
You know you're cocky as hell.
Wait, stop cutting me off. Okay. I didn't cut you off when you was ranting.
And I wasn't saying he was cute for all the people that swear.
Okay, whatever.
I was just saying.
Cute or not, what I'm trying to say is the simple fact is.
Oh my God.
People get money and think that their life is going to change, and it does, and it only changes for a short amount of time. And then there's you know how many rappers and everybody we know that got money right now that don't got money or won't have money 5 years from now.
Yeah,
you know how many.
And they're
you know how many.
They're living right now.
No, they're not living. They're struggling, and they're trying to bounce back. You know how many one-hit wonders we done probably seen in our last 15 years of our life.
That's what I was talking about.
No, but what I'm saying is it's a short-term thing for them. So even though momentarily we're saying they're good, they're not. They could be seeking to be fulfilled, but they don't know how. They don't know how to be fulfilled. They don't know what.
I think
fulfills
that
them.
I think that's fair because I think a lot, and we're not even just going to say those people in
That's
that
just them
I'm just saying
category.
people.
Yeah.
And how much you want to bet after they lose everything? That's when they're just like, all right, now I'm gonna settle down with this bitch because I got a name, and at least I can get somebody. I can get somebody to stick with me. No, you ran through them all while you had the bag. You fumble. Good chicks. You broke hearts. Now your karma about to kick in, and that's what hurts.
Well, what I
And
think.
it's very true. Trust me. Like,
Quick question. So we've gone off on a tangent,
so
but
tangential
I think
conversation as
I
fuck.
think
Because they don't want
that
to be yelling.
we need to talk. I think we need to like return to like
My mama
the
be yelling.
solution.
Okay.
You said that we have an issue with unity and not being together and
Right.
so on and so forth. So I want to go back to you, like because she said what it looks like to her as a woman. So
Right.
like as a man, what does that look like to you?
No.
Well, you're the guest. That's why I was.
I'm saying we
upset
have
about
to say.
something.
Don't be
Go ahead.
mad. Don't be
Go ahead,
mad.
Rico. Go
Yeah.
ahead. As I got
I'm just gonna say that, like, I think that I want to actually break this narrative that men can only speak for men and women can only speak for women. In certain instances, yes, but we can definitely see what we see and voice our opinions on it. But go ahead.
I like that.
Because you don't know the
question again?
perception that you're creating all the
That's my
time as
co-host.
women, and we don't know the perception that we're creating all
No,
the time.
but
as
she
men.
but she gave her perspective
No, I was
on
just saying
like
for
A
the future.
solution for a woman, and we're saying,
Right,
and
right.
I'm saying, so regardless if he thinks the solution is for a woman or a man, whatever that solution may be, let's actually entertain that rather than just saying from a man's
Perspective.
standpoint.
Because they always do that. Like,
No, I mean but the thing is that
Shut the fuck up.
perspective creates the context of like of how you move and what you think. So I feel like
Or what you see.
yeah, exactly. So like she and I may not even agree on
That's
what
true.
the solution looks like.
Absolutely.
But a man hasn't spoken yet. So I just wanted to get he's also the guest. So I'm
Wait,
trying to
did
give
you
an
disagree?
opportunity.
Cool, no.
but wait, did you
No.
disagree with what I said?
No.
You thought it was alright?
You know we be very literal
I hate
here.
Jada.
No, all I'm saying is, you said the solution is, like I said earlier, that we need to get to know each other instead of pressuring the guy into jumping in a relationship or that, like people need to get to know each other, and there's none of that.
It's not just pressuring a guy. Girls get pressured too. But go
Yes,
ahead.
yeah, a lot of
Go
guys
on.
do pressure them, but there's
A lot.
It's a lot going on.
I have been pressured. You have been pressured.
A lot.
And it's just like, okay, relax, because you're not the one. And
pressure
like,
to
when
what
you
to
did
be
that,
or to be in a relationship.
Yes, to be in a
in a
relationship.
relationship, there's a lot of pressed men just as well as pressed women. Trust and believe
Yeah.
that.
No, I believe it. I see
Okay,
them.
because a lot of times on the show, sometimes people act like
It's just
the
the
women
woman.
are just
No,
like
no,
we're
no, no.
feeding for men, but it ain't.
Dicks,
the
where are
case.
they?
For real, for
I
real.
understand
Dick. But that's not the case. It's crazy
We
how
just be
we
trying
be
to
having
live.
to like, okay, I'm gonna text you later. Okay, that's so nice. Oh, you so beautiful. Good morning. Thank you. Good night. You know what I'm saying? Like we go through it too. It's
But don't
crazy.
y'all like that when the guy texts
We
y'all
know.
20 times a day?
No.
Or
No.
call y'all
How many
nonstop?
times have you heard this say? I'm not even gonna say it because I'm trying to teach a different. I'm trying to change.
Speak your mind.
I'm trying to change. But they say good guys finish last, and they've always said that for a reason. A lot of
Nice
sayings
guys,
come
not
about.
good guys.
I didn't mean to say that. Same shit. Same nice, good, sweet, annoying, all the same shit. You finish last. So,
Yeah, it's true.
like a lot of times those are the ones that get curved, and then we end up talking to the guy that looks like the fun, dangerous, like the part that we're gonna fall for, and that ain't never it anyway. So, let's start responding to them Texas girls. When he said good morning, Zeri. Back. Okay?
I know this girl, she was complaining. Like, I think she wanted that fun guy, but that fun guy had like a million ops, so they could never win out. So it was funny hearing her. Like, she was like, we can't go this way. They got the ops here. It was just nonstop. Like, every blog, every event. I was just like, well, you want the gangbanging gangster guy, so enjoy him.
Everything
yeah.
that comes with it.
Yeah, enjoy everything that comes with him.
So
I have a good example. The good guy has always.
Nice
I'm
guy
not
or good
the
guy?
nice guy.
Nice guy.
I'm not a only bad guy type of girl, okay?
Never have.
Because I like to be spoiled and pampered, so I can't do that. I just speak from experience and from I have a lot of friends. So when I speak, a lot of times I'm not even talking about myself. I'm just talking from experience. But I'm the one that takes the good guy. I'm the one that takes the person that's gonna be like, oh honey, I know you had a long day yesterday. Can I take you to get a massage? Or do you want to
Yep.
let me go book a massage for you? I like that type of treatment. And the bad guy just doesn't do much for me, and I have to curse them out all the time because I can't hold back. So, ladies, we got to give the good guys more chances because...
You know what? Let's not even say bad guys. Let's just say men who prioritize themselves over you.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Okay,
that often is a bad guy. Because the thing is that you could be a bad dude, you could be
one more time, Aaron, because
I think
not
it's
the remix.
Well, I think it's important to say that it's not bad guys or good guys. It's more so like how they prioritize you. They prioritize themselves over you. So they could be a street dude, hood dude, whatever, like to race bikes and
Right.
I don't know, do cocaine. I don't know, just the kind of stuff that we're talking about. But they could feel like you are the most important person and they prioritize you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna go sell they dope and they gonna come home and be with you.
Wait a minute. We don't want you to go to. We don't want a man that's about to go to jail.
No, but I'm just saying. But we're talking about bad guys.
Okay.
I'm just like I'm being very general, like
What
very.
movie she talking about?
What movie? I don't know.
What movie?
Has it-
The way she- I know the way she's describing
the
the guy.
Good or
It's
bad
just-
guy.
I'm just-
It doesn't exist.
It's about if you're not. Aaron is saying to women, if you're not a man's priority,
Yeah.
That's the dumbest
check
shit.
in with yourself.
Man, never.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a good or a bad thing.
Check in
It's
with-
Yeah.
A
That's
lot of people don't
stupid.
check in with themselves too. Some people need to check in with themselves.
We're not
They're so
letting her
caught
go
up
off
in
on
the
this.
world.
Are you serious?
that They don't check in with themselves. Like
What?
some women need to check in with themselves.
I showed
If
you
a
that's what
person-
makes me crazy.
If a person doesn't prioritize you, who are they prioritizing?
So let me ask you a question.
No. You have to answer the question. If
All
a
right,
person does not
how about this?
prioritize you,
I'll-
who are they prioritizing?
I'm gonna prioritize.
Who are they prioritizing?
I'm gonna prioritize me. I'm
Thank
not
you.
gonna speak to you. I'm gonna speak to them.
So he prioritizes himself.
Yes, I do. So what
Well,
I would say
fair
that
enough.
What's wrong with
what
that?
I would say
Nothing.
is what I'm gonna say is
But let's not
not
mischaracterize
push this narrative on Eight at the Table that people that prioritize themselves
That's
are
okay,
bad
too.
people.
Well, she didn't say
No,
that.
she actually said often are.
I didn't
That's
say
exact-
that.
Oh my fucking goodness.
Can we roll the tape back? I listen very.
do it.
I listen
Do it this
very
time.
well.
Do
I
it.
listen very well.
But the thing is that y'all keep saying, oh, it's the bad guys. Y'all women want the bad guys and they don't want you. It's not because they're bad. It's because they don't prioritize you.
They be bad
It's a
too.
and they happen to be bad. It's not because they are bad.
That's true.
They
just think-
number one prioritize themselves and they number two are bad.
Guys that prioritize themselves over the women are often bad. And I quote, I didn't make this up. So I'm saying, like, for the viewers, let's actually make sure we get a more properly...
I didn't say they're often bad. I said they happen to be bad.
Okay, cool. How about this?
I said they happen to be bad.
Let's go with this. Let's go with this.
I
Let's
don't
go
have
with
good
this
memory, so I
narrative.
can't hope.
Well,
People
I have a
that
question. I have
prioritize
a
the
closing question.
relationship.
And this is, if we could go in depth with this, and Aaron, you could ask the question. This is the closing question, but please go in depth, right? If there, between men and women, if there was, I don't want to say the word gender, but between men and women, if one can lead us back to the 91%, whereas healthy relationship produce healthy children to produce more success.
Gotta be men.
Would it be the men or would it be the women, and why would it be? So I want you to ask it with so much conviction.
Oh, me?
Yeah. I want you to ask it with so much conviction and just answer it with true conviction. Should it be the men that leads us back or should it be the women that lead us back to the promised land?
All right, so y'all, let's be honest. We already know what the stats are. We've talked about it. They're in the 70s. Let's just revisit. In the 70s, 91% of Americans were married, right?
Yes.
Right now, was it 2021, 2020?
2019.
Was it 2019? Okay, so in 2019, it's 53%. We're going to say that's almost half, or, 45% or something like that. That's where we are now. And everybody knows I'm a solutions-based person. Let's not just sit here and wallow in the problem. In approaching a solution, who needs to be at the forefront of this? Is it our men or is it our women?
The niggas. Because let me tell you, I'm sorry.
The niggas. Those are bad men.
The men, okay? The men. Cut it. I'm sorry. Cut it. Because we only had 3 hot girl summers, and I think it's gonna be a long journey of bitches ain't shit. Okay, so we went through the men ain't shit period. I think it's bitches ain't shit, period. And I think y'all gonna have to shut it the fuck down if y'all want any type of progress in 2023. Start now, man. Shut us down. Jada for president.
Jada 2023.
Shut it down. Shut it
I
down.
think it's women. I think
We always gotta do everything.
No, you guys.
We
don't,
sick of y'all.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Women don't have to do everything. They're being asked more now. I would agree. They're being asked a lot. They're being asked to do a lot more nowadays.
History says otherwise, but okay.
Okay.
Wow.
No, men were doing a lot more back then.
Hey, yo, I'm about to get out of
But
here.
we'll get into that in a different
fucked up.
subject. Now, women, I believe, are the root cause of other women going downhill. I believe women destroy women. Women don't listen to men. In a sense where we're telling, you don't hear men in a girl's ear, go break up with him, go leave that man. There's usually women influences come from other women. So for men, especially like, not for nothing, people like Aaron who are married and who are in that promised land mindset or mind state. No, not mind state, but state, right? Where she has I'm assuming, a healthy relationship, you know, and she is actually an example to be followed by. There are less women that are following Aaron's route and are following, I don't want to say any names, but, you know, female artist route.
You was about to say
such as
something?
Meg Thee Stallion. Let's just say that, right?
And she got a man.
She got a
She
man.
showed
All
you.
of them got a man.
Thank you.
Okay, wait.
That's crazy.
A man.
All of them.
Time out.
Right?
Yo, can we...
Okay, go ahead.
Like,
go ahead,
the
babe.
emotions be crazy.
It's crazy
We just
though, right?
joking.
Because,
Nah,
no,
I
it's
see
not
what he's
crazy
saying, though,
because
but
at
it's
the end of
like,
the
yo.
day, she's not married. So we're talking about the
Marriage.
promised land.
Okay.
We're talking about married people. I don't care if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
Cardi.
Amen.
The
Yeah.
conversation, and even they were going through a whole...
Well,
The
What I'm
city
trying to
girls.
say is they're picking wrong
They only-
influencers on their life. You know what I'm saying? Just like how there are some men that are picking wrong influencers on their lives as well. It does go both ways, but at the end of the day, a man has to submit to a woman before a woman has to submit to a man, because they want a man to marry them, right?
wait, what?
You want a man to marry you,
A
right?
man has to submit to a woman before a woman has to submit to the man?
Yes. In a marriage, going to a marriage, the transition to a marriage. A man has to
Hey,
get
let
on,
him say his piece.
a man has to get on his knees. A man has to pick you. A man has to get on his knees. A man has to pick you and has to, you know, obviously take the initial step for y'all to be married.
Can I ask a question? How do you feel about marriage? Do you want to be married?
Yes, I do.
Are you
I
working
will
on being
I
married?
will be married.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
I will be married. It's
I
not
like
beautiful.
that.
It's regular. That's the crazy thing. 91% of people were married, and that wasn't beautiful then. But now
It's
it's
beautiful.
beautiful because we have 53% of people, which means that we're having more people fail in their marriage. So now it's a beautiful thing instead of a normal thing.
So when people are married, do you think when you get married you're gonna hold on to those vows and you're not gonna divorce and you're gonna try to stick it out until death do you part?
That would be that would be what I would say, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm just making sure.
But that's the
Do you know? Because are you sure you understand what marriage is? Because I think a lot of people in this generation don't understand what marriage really is.
I think
and we
that-
just be like, all
That's a
right,
good
fuck
point.
this.
I don't think that they don't understand what marriage is.
They don't keep it. They don't take it serious.
It's just that
Take anything
divorce
serious.
is normal. When divorce wasn't normal, nobody wanted to be divorced.
Okay.
When divorce is normal, nobody cares.
Well, the reason why there were less divorces back then was because women couldn't
Well, one of the reasons.
one of the main reasons why women and men stayed in their marriages and divorce wasn't as high was because women could not support themselves and support their children without a man. Women couldn't have checking accounts. Women couldn't work for equal pay. Women didn't have the same benefits as they have now. So when you have access to money and opportunity and a job, you are able to support yourself. So it's easier to walk away from a terrible
Yep.
situation.
So
Back
what-
then, you had to stay in a bad
But
situation.
what I'm trying to say
Because you
is,
needed him.
But
Ooh,
that's
that
not-
go back to our old topic.
But what I'm saying is that's foolish. That shows how foolish people are.
Aaron, doesn't kind of
That's a fact. It's
No,
not
that's
just
a
need
fact.
the
No,
nigga.
that's
fact.
not an opinion, but isn't also a fact that these very, very successful women are successful, miserable, and looking for a relationship?
No, I think it depends on what's up.
I've never met.
Nah,
a
'cause they would
happy-
leave if they didn't-
I've personally never.
No,
met,
he's saying they're single.
I've never met
Yes,
a
they are.
single, happy, successful woman.
You're a liar.
I haven't.
I have.
I mean,
a lot of my friends are lawyers. I have a lot of friends that are doctors, and I think I'll just say overall I have a lot of friends who are in fields where you have to critically think a lot. And I think that they are a little bit more realistic about what's out there. They may make two something a year. Perhaps they aren't looking for someone that makes two something a year, but they also understand that like we're gonna have a very different financial situation than like combining all of our assets.
I think that
You know
it
what I
depends
mean?
on where
Yo,
you
that's the
surround
biggest cap
yourself.
Aaron has ever said.
No, but it
What are you
depends on
talking
where you
about?
surround yourself.
My friends have literally told me this.
But I think
It's like I make 300 a year. My friend, you make 100. Your money is yours. My money is mine, and we got some in the middle.
What we're trying to tell you, Aaron, men don't care.
Men don't
and
care.
when a man's doing good, and I'm talking about when a man's doing decent, it's
No.
actually a turnoff. When a woman flexes her money to a guy who's doing good, he's turned off. He's like, okay, and?
But
I've
when
actually
you
met
had
someone,
money
a
for
woman.
20 years now, like you're not even like who flexes if you already had money?
Yeah.
I've been around a couple of
Right?
women. Can I speak on
For
something real
most
quick?
black men and most men now that we know the stats have had money. Like most people, women too, have not had money.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really think about it, in the last 20 years, there are probably more new millionaires than ever.
Facts.
So now you got a bunch of new money going out. You got a bunch of new people who have, millions of dollars and or doing decent for the first time in their family tree. So it's a new norm that is going to take in. That's why we have a lot of simps. That's why we have a lot of simps.
And the guys are the worst because they got money, and that's all they put in front. Money.
That's what I tried to tell y'all a second
money.
ago. Yes, the men are putting out their money and getting what they want.
I'm not
But
saying
that's your
always
fault.
were nasty.
Y'all,
Wait, it's a woman's fault because a man decides to lead with money,
Right.
not his personality
Yes,
and
because
not who
if
he
it didn't
is.
work, would he still do it?
I would imagine
So-
you gonna
so
do
if-
you.
No, if it didn't work, he would not do it.
So
do
back
you.
to the question.
Like you do you.
Aaron, back to the question that you asked, right? Can you lead, a man or a woman lead back to whatever this promised land thing is if you lead in with your money?
I think it depends. If you are leading with your money, you have to be with someone with whom you align. Meaning they are okay with you leading with your money. But if you going like trying to find somebody who ain't worried about it, it's not gonna work for you. You understand? Like the problem here is like so many of us are trying to be with people and create something with people with whom we are not aligned. If you don't have the same outlook as far as morals, if you don't have the same outlook as far as money, if you don't have the same outlook as far as building and children and all this other stuff, why the fuck are you with somebody who doesn't think the same way?
and that's why I'm going back to the money
I don't
part.
get it.
Because if you, ladies,
they
if you
led
know,
with money,
ladies,
and
if
you
you know
busted bait.
he looked like an electrocuted, if he looked like an electrocuted roach, you know that you don't want to be with that man, girl. Don't even mess with him just because he got a few dollars, because you're gonna be annoyed. And then we got getting arguments. You're gonna be like, that's why you ugly. You look like an electrocuted roach, and that's why it's like. You don't
It's
even
gonna
wanna
come
be
out.
there.
It's gonna come out at some point.
Eventually. It's gonna come out eventually, and y'all ain't gonna work at all because you never want to be in the first place. Because you knew when you met him, he was like, "Damn, he look like an electrocuted roach." But he about to take me to Swan, so let's just go. Let's go to Swan. I'm about to get that good steak. But yeah, y'all, I was about to say something. Go ahead, you was about to say something, Daniel.
I can't remember.
That's how I be feeling because I got ADD.
But Daniel, who do you think should lead it back, men or women?
I think men.
Okay.
I think they put so much pressure on women to look this way or act this way. So yeah, it's their fault.
It's the men's fault.
Yeah, If you go on Instagram and all that shit, bro, it's a lot. It's a lot of pressure on women. Like I'm around a lot of women, so I see how much pressure they put into trying to look nice, killing themselves to have surgery. Yeah, mad chicks die over surgery just to make guys give them some type of attention and stuff. It's just weird, but that's what I look at.
I'm a huge believer, and I know maybe we could do an episode on this. We should do the 8 at the table, no money first date.
Okay, that's a good idea.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
We all present different dates. Did I tell you this? Did I tell you this? When
Probably.
we,
Sound like it.
why you acting like this your
Her
idea?
idea.
No, it's probably not. I got so many things in my memory bank. When they come out, they just come out.
I
thought it was
but
your
I
idea.
think it's a good idea. I think
Just
we
be
should
there,
all
right?
come
What
up
you
with
mean?
an
How much
idea.
money
We should have a
am I
ghetto
supposed
tea
to
party.
spend on a
we
date
should do
or
an 8
$20.
at the table, a no money date. No money, $20. Let's just say, but you are going out to get to know the person. and you do not spend money till your third date.
And you don't talk about what you do for a living.
I or the
For,
woman.
for everybody.
And you don't have sex.
No condoms.
That
You
might
can't
be
bring
hard.
condoms.
It depends. We might kick it off the first day.
Not like that.
No, because you're getting to know
Nobody
them.
date. So it's
You don't talk about what you do for a living.
It's a creative date.
We gonna
should
get to
pick
know each
some
other
people
real
and tell
well.
them, look, you guys gonna go on a no money date.
You should bring one homeless person and dress him up.
Why?
And see who
such an
and
ass.
see who falls for the homeless guy. He probably swagged the fuck out.
I saw that on IG.
I saw a homeless guy
We
that
gotta
had a
get
lit crib.
qualifying people. We gotta get. I would say
What's
without
qualifying?
exaggerating, you won't, because we still live in the real world. You would not want to put anybody who doesn't make the medium income,
What's the median income?
$44,000 a year.
Okay.
Who what?
You have to make at least the medium income in the United States, $44,000 a year.
Okay.
Let's say 1,000 a week.
At least, right?
Yeah.
Like the medium.
1,000 a week is
Oh.
more.
No, I'm saying that's more, but after taxes, you know, you probably land
Yeah,
around that.
44,000.
You land around that number. Like,
But that 44 is probably
before
36.
taxes.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
But the point is, we would
Guys,
put
relax,
it where
alright.
people make the medium income 44,000, and it's a no date, no money first date, and let people get to know each other.
That's beautiful.
Like just
Yo,
find
I
out.
hate this beautiful
What word
word.
is this?
Like, that's just-
What word
And if
is
you're gonna
this?
see who get married
The
in
one
5
where
months.
the 59%.
No, but the thing is, you don't think it's possible?
no, 'cause-
No.
I do.
Well, how about that's
I
the
will
first
100%
step to
do.
trying to
No.
get black people. Oh, sorry. This is the first step to trying to get our community to get back to the love, not just the using and the lust and this. What you got? What you look
juicy
like?
coochies.
Let me lick your butthole. Let's just get out of
I like
it.
that word, our community.
Our community. We gotta
Got it,
get
though.
back to it. That's
you
how
can
we
actually
become.
do that.
That's how we get powerful.
Picnics, dates by the
Thank
water.
you,
But people
events.
but guys are not really doing all that because the pressure.
'Cause they
See,
wanna
it
be
goes
like
both
that.
ways. Women put a lot of pressure on guys too, for them taking them on expensive dates to see, you
But
know,
not
all
if-
that. So it goes both ways though.
But what if we pushing it? We call it the 8 at the table August no money first date.
It's hot outside in August.
There's a lot of things to do. I like that. Free stuff.
No, I agree.
Like
A
walking
sip
to the
and
Central
paint
Park.
type stuff.
You could do
Sipping paint is like
costs money.
$40. Yeah.
Okay, well, everybody can afford that.
Go
But-
to the beach.
Yeah. Well, we can be a
Beaches,
beach
no,
day.
beach costs money.
It's only $10 each.
It's a park. Come on, Aaron.
Okay, so, but you still
But now
need
drive,
you
if
still
live
need
in New
other
York, you can
things.
drive out to the Hamptons, which got the best beaches in the world, and it's free.
Still got to drive
Yeah.
there.
Hamptons. Did you just say the Hamptons?
Gas is
Yes.
like
I don't even wanna
100,
step-
150.
I don't want to step
Like, y'all
on
see-
the
Bring it
Hamptons.
along, Brand.
Okay,
Everything costs
wait,
money.
listen, and so and I've said this a million times.
about to
Everything,
blow up a pool
listen,
from Walmart.
everything costs money, but I think that when a man can take you on a date and not spend a lot of money, one, it shows that he's resourceful. Two, it shows he got his fucking thinking cap on and can think on his feet. And three, it shows that he's not trying to spend a gazillion dollars. He's he's genuinely interested in getting to know you.
Romantic.
And it means he's listened. You know what I'm saying? Like he's listened to what you don't agree.
No, a lot of my homegirls date guys so they could get free meals. And then they shit on them if they take them to cheap dates. Like this.
I mean, well,
cheap-ass
that's your
nigga and all that.
homegirl.
I know a lot of women that says the same
Cool,
stuff.
cool. But the thing is that
free dates.
they don't set the tone because the man has to ask them on a date. So it's either they got to get on his plan and go on his little $20 date, or they ain't gonna be on no fucking date.
Do people actually like romance anymore, or do you only like romance to showcase it?
Showcase it for the gram.
Wow, that's a
It's
good
not-
question.
Because-
They don't like that.
That's a good
It's
question.
to post it on
Because
their
it's
story
like
and all that.
exactly.
You're right.
It's not really. They don't
That's
care
what
about
I'm
the
wondering
flowers,
because
the
it's
thought,
like
none of that.
as soon as somebody does something romantic for you, you pulling out your phone like, oh,
Yes.
everybody got to see this. He doing something romantic, and you don't even really.
They
Do
don't
you
care.
really care?
They don't care.
Are you really basking in that
You
moment?
care for other people to
Some
care.
women do
remember-
though. Some women do.
I remember this is the moment that's
cried.
gonna stick with me for my life because I remember my son's father picked me up for our first date, and I got really dressed up for it. And he actually came and he had flowers and he opened up the door. And I wish I would have recorded the moment. What's wrong with that? I wish I would have recorded the moment,
Don't
but I
let
was
me.
just. But for me, that was so romantic and sweet, and I loved it so much because I'm just like, wow, niggas don't be doing this like that no more.
Did he come up to
When
your
was the last
door
time you
and
bought somebody
knock?
flowers?
Did
He
he come
sure
up to-
did.
He came up to your door.
Came to my door and knocked and brought me to the car.
That's what I
Opened
thought.
up my door.
That's what I
Had
thought.
some flowers. Took me to my favorite restaurant. We took some drugs that night.
Those are crazy.
I could tell.
We had a good time, bitch. That's
I
why I
could
had
tell a
a
story
baby.
about that. This girl, so I bought mad flowers for this girl, right? And my boy's like, "What are you doing?"
We ain't gonna
My
make
boy's like,
There we
"Yo,
go.
why are you buying flowers for this girl for? Don't do that." So he took the flowers for me. He took it away from me, put it in his trunk.
Wow.
So while on the date, I'm talking to the girl about flowers. Imagine I bought you flowers on the first date. That's whack, right? She's like,
He's a
hell
good
yeah.
man.
Wow.
He's a good man.
She's like, hell yeah, that's corny. That means he's thirsty. And I'm saying like, oh shit.
And she's a
Wow.
bird
He's
bitch
a
that
good
doesn't
man.
have shit.
I was
He's a
like,
good man.
She's a
damn,
bird
yeah.
ass
So
bitch
he
that
saved me
doesn't
from
have shit.
embarrassment. She's like, yo, he's corny.
She's
he's
a
whack, he's
worthless
thirsty.
bitch.
She don't know
She's
no
a
better.
worthless ass female.
She don't know no better.
You gotta
I felt like, dang, thank God he took the
I
flowers
almost
from
did
me.
some-
No,
Oh,
that's
shit,
just
for no
you got
reason.
saved. You got saved, and I hope you
Yeah.
didn't keep dealing with her. That's a
That's why
worthless
you
ass
never
chick.
lead like that.
Huh?
That's
You
a worthless
never
ass
lead like
chick.
that.
Any
You want the
female.
flowers, yeah,
Don't
you
you get
thirsty.
flowers after you've been with
I'm
her
done.
for mad long. Then
I'm
you start
done.
buying
I'm
flowers.
done. Remember back
you
in the
don't
day?
do romance on the first day. That's
Nah.
cornball.
And that's our new generation, ladies, and that's why we can't let the men lead. I
Because they
thought
gonna
at first that
they
we
gonna
could
lead
let the
you to the
men
toilet
lead,
bowl.
but we can't let them lead
No,
because
no,
that's
no,
some
no,
you're not
bullshit.
getting it.
And
You're
this
not
is
getting
what Rico said before, and I'm just gonna.
Remember
add
they
a
used to
little
come
bit
to our
it.
door?
You should only do flowers, candy, romance
After
under
you beat.
two circumstances. No,
Oh, no, after you beat? Oh,
I got
okay.
that from you. One, if you think
heard
she's
what you
worth
said.
it.
And I was, bitch.
If you think she's worth it, you should do it.
Was.
And two, if you don't really know her, and over time she earned it.
I'm an earner. I like people.
Listen.
Right, so maybe he thought she was worth it.
Oh, another thing.
And-
He didn't know better.
Some chicks get flowers all the time, so if you give them flowers, they don't appreciate that shit, so you just know not to give them flowers.
It's regular
First
thing,
of all,
calling a
I'm
girl.
obsessed
Normal.
with
It's
flowers.
normal. It's like, I always get flowers all the time, so you're like, oh, okay.
I'm
good
obsessed
to
with
know.
If you get texted.
So
see, that's
did you
different.
think
You're
I'm
cheating.
obsessed
she was
with
worth it
flowers.
when you
I
bought those
really am.
flowers?
Yeah, I was like, yo, I'm a romantic guy, but that didn't work out, so.
Right, so you thought she was worth it. You just met his criteria, right?
I think that
I don't
either
know,
you
I'm
think
just-
she's worth it,
He
or over
just-
time she's earned it.
I was just
But
trying to be,
words
you
But some
know.
guys think every woman's worth it.
I'm about to say, like, that's what he like.
Why you pointing?
Yo, if he thought she was worth it, then that's what he thought.
I mean, I was trying to be
Let me ask
nice,
you a
you know?
Let me ask you a question. Before that.
Told y'all I like the good guy.
Before that, right? Before that, quick question: how many times, roughly, have you went on a date, first date with flowers?
Honestly,
Alright, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Every time I try to be nice, it don't work. When I'm an asshole jerk, it always
It
works for me.
works.
I don't know why. Like, I try to be nice, the flowers.
Because you be playing
Like,
around, Daniel.
No,
Stop
I'm
it.
dead. No. I really don't be playing around. I be dead
playing
serious.
around.
We're talking
Nah.
about before,
I'm
like,
telling you, when I'm nice, it don't work out. When I'm
Yeah.
like a jerk, it
It works.
Ironic.
Yeah,
no,
they-
Depends on the
ironically, I
female.
think you're,
I love-
no, I actually agree with you because I feel like when women are like kind of whatever with a dude, she might like him, but she just kind of unbothered. You know, they want more of that woman. You know, so that's probably just a human nature thing.
Wow, I just learned something. Nobody likes
nice
that are too
guys.
easy. Just like how a
Agreed,
man
agreed.
can have a woman throw, especially if it's a man who already, has a lot of sex with women. No man really cares when a girl's throwing herself at him. It's too easy.
Right.
Just like how every guy listen, flowers, well, it can be expensive, but it's usually not.
They are expensive.
Right?
Nah,
No,
man.
no.
If
like,
they long stemmed it,
$30, you got
Yeah,
$2.
like-
they could be. If they long stemmed it,
Of what though? Carnations?
No, but what?
Nice shit.
But what I'm saying
long
is,
stems
Yo,
are
Aaron, you
nice.
always
Into
go
the
off on a
city first.
tangent. You know that? I realize
No,
that.
because he's talking about flowers
No,
is
you
$30.
started.
Flowers are so expensive.
But flowers can be expensive, but they're usually not that expensive. And I'm saying
keep
it's
your arm
regular.
down.
It's a regular gesture for people.
Y'all, we love you so much. Thank y'all for watching. I know we had hella tangents and side chats and jokes and everything. We appreciate the love and the hate. And we hope y'all guys continue to watch. Make sure you become members on our YouTube page. Patreon exclusive content is coming on July 15th. So get yourself ready for that. And we love y'all from A to the Table. Thank you. Bye.
Yes.
Thank you for Daniel for coming through.
Well,
And I just
thank
gotta
you,
give guys a
Daniel.
big clap.